Today on 909 Adventures, I'm in downtown Victorville tracking down one of the filming spots from the 1997 thriller Breakdown starring Kurt Russell. The scene where he rolls into the town of Brackett to rob a bank. So, just to show you guys really quick, the opening scene would have been shot from the side of the street that I'm on now. So the shot in question would have been taken from right about here. It would have been a crane shot. You guys would have seen it come up something like this. Of course, a lot more stable during that time. Or during that shot. Just doing this on kind of a little tripod sort of setup. So that would have been the opening shot there. And we know this is the exact spot because in the movie, you can see everything lines up right there. There was a bicycle shop that it has burnt down since the filming of the movie. Right after the crane shot, you would have seen Kurt Russell right here jump out from the side of the building. And they would have walked down here, right past where the bicycle shop used to be. The bicycle shop used to be right here. It had burnt down in what looks like 2018. We would have walked down here to 155617 7th Street, which is right where the bank was in the movie. Now, I'm not sure if it was an actual bank. You know, there's little online to talk about that. I'm not sure if it was an actual bank at the time of recording it or if they just made it look like that. But the shot would have been taken right about here from inside of one of these doors. Sorry to move the camera around so much. Or you guys could see probably this door here. You could see the sort of barring. It would have been, this would have been the shot, guys. This would have been the shot right here. Let's see if I can. Am I already zoomed? Yeah, I'm already zoomed in. This tree would not have been here. This would have been the shot. You would have seen Kurt Russell right in front of what was the bank. And as Kurt Russell is getting ready to walk in to the Brackett Commerce Bank, which would have been right here, he turns back to look. And he sees he's being followed by that same truck that pulled out in front of him. It would have been right here. Also in the movie, there would have been a phone booth right about here. And you would have seen the shot kind of line up here. Right after he walked out of the bank, he would have heard the phone ring and would have walked down here and answered it and said, "It's me." And then the other guy says, "I know, I see that." And he starts looking around because he knows he's being watched.
It's me.
Yeah, no shit, I can see that.
It's pretty busy down here. I purposely waited until, this is a Monday. What's today's date? I forget the date. It's a Monday. I've been wanting to come out here for the past 4 or 5 days, but I purposely waited thinking it was going to be less crowded. There's still a lot of people here on the street. But this is it. This is what was the bank in the movie. And we know this because the address is seen. Actually, that's still the same lettering for the address, if you guys can see that. That's still the same lettering. That was shown in the movie. 15561. Downtown Victorville. We would have walked in here. They obviously have it covered. I'm sure they get, probably not a lot of people coming out here to see this, but there's no real way of being able to see if anything still looks the same or not. But this would have been, the interiors of the bank was shot here as well. So, it was a nice little scene that was shot. You know, they spent a good at least 6 or 7 minutes here. You know, during the movie, out of I think it was a 96-minute movie. So they spent a good portion of the movie right here at the bank. This would have been the Bracket Commerce Bank. And a little fun fact, you know, they make you kind of think in the movie that right here, somewhere up here, they were looking down onto the city of Bracket, which the interior scenes of Bracket was downtown Victorville, but when they showed the aerial shot, that was a different little, I can't even say city, it was very small. It's a very small little town. It's almost a ghost town by the name of Nipton, California. The aerial shot is what you see. Because I was going to come down here and get that shot, and I couldn't figure it out, so I had to do more research. And we were able to find, or I was able to find, that that aerial shot was not actually downtown Victorville. It was that small little town of Nipton. Now that Nipton is on the way to Vegas. It's about a good, I don't know, I believe it's about 15 to 20 miles off the freeway. So I don't know if I'm ever going to get out there. But if I wind up doing more of these locations, then, you know, it'll be in a future video. And then once I get enough of them put together, then I can piece together or Frankenbite a filming location for this movie. So again, there was a shot of Kurt Russell kind of frantically walking down this direction. Looks like he's looking for the bank. Then he finally finds it down there, but you would see him. I really wish that bicycle shop was still here. It's too bad it had to burn down, because that was, you know, probably in more shots than the actual bank was. Or just as much, I should say. That would have been right here. Right where the old truck is parked. And yeah, this would have been the bicycle shop, right where I'm parked. So here's a little more up close shot of where Kurt Russell would have walked out. Sorry if you guys are hearing all the wind. This is the spot. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Yeah, this would have been a Shell gas station in the movie. Alright guys, that probably the most sketchiest thing I'm going to do all week. Yeah, so those are just a quick little filming location video for you guys that I've been wanting to check out for actually a couple of years. It's within an hour. It's not, you know, super close to home. But, you know, otherwise I would have got out here, you know, a lot sooner. This is a very rough part of town. And trust me, guys, when I say that nighttime is even worse, not only do you have, you know, what's going on here during the day, but then you get, how can I say this in a friendly way that YouTube won't want to take this down? Ladies of the night will be out here walking up and down this street. So this is definitely not a place you want to spend too much time in. There's not a lot of businesses down here. I think I've seen a barber shop and like a liquor store. And I think that's really about it that's open down here. There's nothing down here. There's no reason to be down here unless you're driving through here. So, I don't know, maybe a little bit more of a different situation back in 1997, but it is a far cry from what it shows in the movie Breakdown. I was just thinking about something. This isn't the first filming location for Breakdown that I've been to. Back in 2020, 2021, my friend Scott and I went out to Bell's Diner, way out, I believe it's El Mirage. It says Palmdale, but it's El Mirage. And we checked out what is now the abandoned Bell's Diner. Before you guys go, make sure you check out my previous filming location from Breakdown at Bell's Diner. And if you're new here, hit subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next adventure. Thanks for watching.